Welcome everyone to the 2018 Ford Escape, one of the most popular cars sold in Canada last year. It placed 9th overall with just under 48,000 sales. It was refreshed in 2017 with some updated headlights, some tail lights, a new corporate face. But what I want to find out in this review, is this car good enough for its warranted popularity? Well, that answer is coming up here on the Drive Guide. Personally, I prefer the old design. I think it's just a little more organic, but I can thoroughly understand why Ford did this update. I mean, brand recognition is important, and that kind of trapezoidal grille, if we want to call it that, is definitely one of the recognizable design elements of a modern Ford product. If you're 6'4" like me, you'll be able to get into these seats perfectly well. There isn't that much leg support, but because I can put my feet flat to the ground, it's okay. And I can just sit behind myself. I wouldn't want to be back there for very long, but there are some nice things. You get a folding center armrest with some cup holders. You've got a 110 power outlet back there too. The 2-litre is able to produce 245 horsepower and 275 pound-feet of torque when you feed it premium fuel. Other engines available with this car in the lowest specs are a 2.5-litre naturally aspirated engine and a 1.5 turbocharged engine as well. Those cars are standard with front-wheel drive, but you can actually option the 1.5-litre with four-wheel drive. One of the best things about this engine is that it's actually really quite perky. It wants to rev, it is excitable, it wants to drive. Even when the turbo surge is over and done with, there still feels like there's a little bit of energy left, and it still wants to take you to redline. It isn't the most refined car I've ever driven. In fact, when you come to a stop, if the automatic stop-start hasn't engaged, you can really feel the vibration coming through your seat, through the wheel, and through the center tunnel. Steering in this car is excellent. I actually think Ford has done a really good job with this. It's nicely weighted and it's speedy. And if you want to take a corner hard, there's a fair amount of roll, but never so much that you think you're gonna get yourself into trouble. If you drop the car into its sport mode here, you can change the gears manually with the paddles behind, or again, just leaving the automatic to its own devices. And really, I would leave it with the automatic transmission doing the job, because when you are shifting gears, from the moment that you hit and engage the pedal, there's still a good 1.5 to 2 seconds before the thing actually changes gears. So in all instances, I'm really just leaving it by itself. The button layout for everything below is really good. Got some good storage options here. Actually, if you option this car with the 2-litre heavy towing package, it can tow up to 3,500 pounds, which is pretty good compared to most of its competitors. The best in class though is the Jeep Cherokee that can tow up to 4,500 pounds with its 3.2-litre V6. Things that are standard though are the partial leather heated front seats, the heated steering wheel. We get Sync 3 that has the Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, dual zone climate control, a 6-speed automatic lights, automatic windscreen wipers, a fair amount of stuff. I find it odd though that the way that you control the volume knob is just the tiny little nipple bit, I suppose, right here on the top of this. And it's a little strange at first. Another option that comes with this titanium that we're in is the Ford safety sensing pack. So that gives us blind spot monitoring, lane keep assist, we have radar assisted cruise control, a pre-collision braking system. So all the great features that you would hope to have. So the options that are included are the heavy duty towing package, upgraded safety sense systems, and the absolutely amazing panoramic sunroof. Out of those three options, that's the one I would have. I love it. Driving along, I can really quite hear a lot of road noise. The tire roar is substantial, and there's a fair amount of wind noise too. known as the Cougar on the other side of the pond, the Ford Escape is one of the most popular vehicles in its class. It's been out since 2013. In 2017, it had a midlife refresh, and other cars in the segment include the Mazda CX-5, Toyota RAV4, Honda CR-V. Actually, with those last two, those are the ones that beat out this car for popularity in its class. This was third at around 48,000, and both of those cars were just over 50,000 vehicles sold in Canada in 2017. It's not really the most refined car in the world. You can see I'm just pushing on this section slightly and it's flexing around. So is this, and so is the center tunnel here, the door. It's just, I mean, the materials are okay. There's quite a lot of soft touch all around here, and the buttons do feel nice, but it's not great. I do think that this car is in need of a thoroughly new generation, and you can see, I mean, just pulling on this door handle here, you can see how much it's flexing around. In conclusion, the titanium trim does offer a lot in this segment of car. The exact pricing of this one that I have here is $42,000. It does start off at $28,000, but you're only going to get front wheel drive with that car and the 2.5 litre naturally aspirated 4-cylinder. Now, with this car, with all of its capability and technology, does represent, in my opinion, good value. But it isn't the car I would go to first in this segment. The interior was definitely the biggest letdown for me, and cars that come to my mind that are better in that department are the Honda CR-V, the Mazda CX-5, for example. With the amount of available technology and the capability of this Ford, and with its good reputation, there's no doubt in my mind that it will continue to be a very popular car in its segment. So that's everything from me. Thank you so much for taking the time to watching this video. I hope you can like, share, and subscribe, and I hope to see you again on The Drive Guide.